Hey everybody, welcome back to X-Plane 11. I am Bill, and today I'm going to show you an update for the Santa Monica Municipal Airport. This is a airport that has famously been shortened recently. It's kind of a sad story, but it necessitated some scenery being updated in X-Plane 11, and this scenery was updated using satellite images and done by a friend of mine. So I wanted to show it off and kind of talk about some of the differences of this new shortened runway and new scenery. So first off, Santa Monica Airport was shortened from just under 5,000 feet. It was 4,973 feet and shortened to an even 3,500 feet at the end of 2017. This has kind of been an ongoing struggle that the airport has faced with the city of Santa Monica, which it's just right in the middle of. You can kind of see LAX, I think. We'll pop in here. Yeah, LAX is right there. And if we look over to the east, you can see, there's Hollywood Hills. Here's the 405 going into the valley. The Getty Museum is out over here. And then Santa Monica Beach is just right out here. So it's just right in the middle of everything. So noise abatement has been a big problem, which is why they've shortened the runway and skewed it a little bit more towards this side. So the arriving planes don't go over this residential area. So the city wants the airport to be shut down, and they basically passed a measure that says at the end of 2028, so basically December, end of December, December 31st, 2028, they are planning on shutting the airport down. Now, there's a lot of things that the airport and the aviation community are doing from now until then to hopefully get that reversed and change things. So there's a lot of community outreach. A lot of events and fly-ins and stuff to get the community involved with the airport, so they can, see firsthand the benefits of having a general aviation municipal airport in their town. It's not all about just noisy planes coming in and out. But obviously, the main hallmark of this updated scenery is the fact that the runway is shortened. All the taxiways have been updated, and the default scenery was missing a few of them, so now they are updated. And if we take a little trip to the west side, you can see that the west complex has been updated as well for runway 3. So all these taxiways, all these entry points, exit ways, taxiways to and from the airport have all been updated and reflect the real airport. And if you can see over here, this is the golf course that Harrison Ford crash landed at. Another, let's get over back to the end of the runway here. So there's another detail that I really, really like that's part of this update, and that is these signs on the side of the airport. So we've got a 3 here, and then we've got a blank one here, and then a 2, and then a blank one, and then a 1, and another blank one down there. So these are in increments of 500 feet, and this 3 says that we've got 3,000 feet of runway left. So it basically is counting down until you have no more runway, which is obviously for an airport that has, at one time been almost 5,000 feet long, you got to pay attention to how much runway you've got left. So they put these signs up to help with that, both for takeoff and landing. But today we're going to see really how long you need with a shortened runway. It's pretty amazing what some of these airplanes will do. We're going to be in the Robin, a little DR here, and it is a lightweight aircraft, but we have it totally full. Just one more thing. This is kind of like the main office building, and it's kind of close. There is a second level here, and it's got an observation deck, which is really cool. And the observation deck looks out over this access road here for vehicles, which has that perfect little kink right there. It's exactly like the real runway. But I was here not too long ago, about summer of 2008, watching planes take off and land here, and this is a perfect spot to watch general aviation planes. If you're in the LA area interested in aviation, highly recommend checking this out, because the touchdown point is just right in front of you, so it's fun watching all of the training, the student pilots coming in and out of here, bouncing down the runway, and some of the general traffic coming in and out. But what I noticed is that there are still a lot of big planes coming in and out of this airport. The shortening of it really didn't do a lot to hamper the traffic. Harrison Ford keeps his planes here, hangared here, and when they did shorten it, they looked at moving it to Van Nuys, and when they took off, they realized that they actually took off pretty quick and they may not need the full length, and ended up bringing the planes back, and they're now still full-time residents here. So didn't really work. But we have the little Robin here, so we're going to test out a few airplanes and see how much runway we need. So we're going to start light, and we've got a 2,400 pound, 2,425 is the total max weight, and we've got it just a little bit over max gross. So this will be a good test with this little guy, and we're going to go no flaps. This airplane is awesome. It's a freeware plane as well, so definitely download this if you haven't already. And I'll put links in the description for the scenery, which is downloadable on the X-Plane portal, as well as some of the planes that I'm using here in case you're interested. So let's get the full runway. And I'm not really going to worry about rotation speed or V-speed or being accurate with any of these planes. This is just a, do we have enough runway to get up and out of here? And this thing really it's starting out slow, being this much over gross weight. So we're coming up on the 2,000 foot mark. We're at 60 knots. We could rotate now and it'll probably take off. Yeah. We probably had 1,700 feet left. So there we go. So that was pretty easy, right? Nothing too difficult about that, which is to be expected. I mean, it's a LSA plane, but look at, how much runway they took away. Okay, so now let's go a little bit bigger. Let's go bigger, and let's just jump into a twin. Let's go with a default Baron. And we're at 5, just over 5. We're 1 pound over max weight here, so 55.01. And let's get this at the end of the runway. Confirm. Start new flight. Let's see. Let's see what the little Baron will do. We'll get 1 notch of flaps in here. All right. Here we go. Don't mind the landing rate plug-in blinking away there. Go full power. Punch it. These are not counter-rotating props, so still got a lot of left-turning tendencies here. Well, this is rolling pretty slow too. There's 80. Let's just rotate at 100. I know that's just blue line, but let's. There's the end. We probably let it go a little bit long, but okay. So a Baron, a full Baron, needs most of that runway. Yeah, they shortened that thing a lot, didn't they? Okay, still did not stop our Baron from taking off. Okay, so we'll go from a twin engine piston to a single engine jet. 6,000. That looks maxed out to me. And let's start this up at the end of runway 21. Okay, same deal. We'll get the one notch of flaps in there. Again, apologize for the landing rate plugin blinking away. Full power. Maxed out, and here we go. And the SF50 takes off pretty quick, but it is just one tiny little Williams jet in there, so it may need a lot. There's 2,000 left, and we're at coming up on 90. And there's 100 again. I don't know how late I'm leaving that. Probably will rotate before then. I did it. Again, these are pretty typical planes flying out of here. Maybe not at total max weight, but that jet's pretty cool. Man, that airport just right in the middle of everything. It's freaking awesome. Okay, so that worked. What else do we got here? Ooh, let's try a King Air. C90, this is the default King Air. We're at max weight, a little bit under. Let's bump it up a little bit. 35 pounds over max. Start this thing up. So we go twin engine piston, single engine jet, and then we'll go twin engine turboprop. Freaking sweet. Look at that guy. Especially for a default plane. Oh yeah, we're ready to go. Those Pratt & Whitney's purring. Again, no idea what the V speed is on this right now with max. But let's just take it to 100. This is basically a 0 to 100 mile an hour test. So there's 100. Ooh, and it doesn't want to really rotate. Okay, it did. But that took a little bit of coaxing. So King Air max weight, that's probably going to be a pretty... That's going to be close. You're going to want to do your calculations before that flight. Because that's a big boy. All right, now enough screwing around. Let's go to the Gulfstream 4. I think I had all these pre-measured out. Yep. So there's 75,000 pounds. And this is pretty freaking big. This is a big plane. This model is actually a freeware plane. And the outside, the exterior looks pretty good. The interior...
On runway 21, flaps, flaps.
Oh, that's cute. So I guess we'll get some flaps down. The exterior looks pretty good for freeware. Again, this is a free plane, so keep that in mind with some of these textures. But for free, that looks pretty good. Some of the reflective surfaces are a little bit goofy, but you know, it's not about the plane, but it is kind of a little bit noteworthy, I guess. We'll take a look at it a little bit. All right. So we are at max weight on this Gulfstream 4. We've got 10 degrees of flaps in. Let's just do it. Runway 21, here we go. Let's go full power. Ooh, it wants to pull on those brakes.
Caution, short runway, short runway.
That's cute. That's really funny. Yeah, we know. Oh, we're already at 100. Holy crap. This thing is hauling ass.
1,000 feet
1,000 feet.
remaining.
And rotate. It's going to do it. big old Gulfstream 4 pulling out of tiny little shortened Santa Monica. Jeez, and like, what's VY in this thing? Good lord. Yeah, we're up here quick. I gotta fly this plane more. This thing is cool. Yeah, no problem. Oops. Are we still accelerating at this angle? No, we're actually going down now at max gross. It's finally going down. 9,000 feet per minute. Yikes. Okay, cool. Well, that's a pretty good test right there. That's about as big of a plane as you're going to realistically see coming in and out of Santa Monica. Just probably not at max weight. You know what? Let's try one more. Let me do one more test and see if we can really annoy the residents of Santa Monica. How about a 135,000 pound 737? There's no way this is going to be able to work. We have to have one of these fail, right? I would think. They can't all be a success. But you never know. That's why we're trying it out. Okay, let's get our flaps down to, what are we going to do? 10 degrees. We've been going 10. Everything else, so maybe we'll stick with 10. And then, of course, we're going to need everyone to stop smoking. And we're going to need everyone to sit down and shut up. We're going to need our logo on. We're going to need to look at how ridiculous this is. Oh my god. You know what? Actually, let's get the reversers on here and back this thing up a little bit. We need a little bit more space. This looks so ridiculous. Okay, there. That should be good enough. Yes, that is so awesome. That is awesome. Oh, they've actually got like radar and stuff in there. That's cool. All right, here we go. Runway 21, 3,500 feet, and a 737. It's gonna go max. We're just gonna let all of those spike. I have no idea what this thing is going to lift off at. We might just go straight into the golf course. Come on, buddy. 80, no. 80. Maybe like 130? Is it going to get to 130? No, probably not. We're not going to make it. Oh, no, there it is, 130. Lift off. Get off the ground. Get off the ground. Oh, no. Get up. Gear up. Let's just get the gear up right now. Okay. I think we did. Oop, that was the wrong. There we go. Well, that's hilarious. Now, not that we want to encourage this because we don't want to give Santa Monica residents any more reason to complain. However, that was pretty badass. All right, let's see how close we got, because I think this was probably really close to being the end of the runway. Let's check it out. Okay, that's a good view. It's probably a good view right there, maybe. Oh, let's go right there. Okay, max takeoff power. Popping a wheelie. Right here, that's even better. Yeah, it got to the end of that runway quick. Oh it's still touching down. And there we go. Man, that was every last foot. Look at this. Like, no joke. Just the absolute last moment. That's freaking hilarious. Is it going to clear the fence? Yeah, of course. That's awesome. Well, it did it. Barely, but it did it. Well, there you go, guys. Definitely pick up the scenery if you fly in Southern California. If you're on Pilot Edge, it's a must. It, is satellite perfect compared to what the default scenery is. So definitely check out the links below for all of the planes that I flew, as well as the scenery. And if you're in the LA area, Southern California area, go check out Santa Monica Airport. It's a very high likelihood that it's not going to be there forever. So get a chance to check it out before the powers that be take it over in 2028. I know it sounds like a long time, but anything can happen between now and then. So hopefully they're able to save it and it's not lost like so many other airports across the country, let alone this area. It's definitely sad to see them, shortening it and trying to do some things right now that are going to be detrimental to, cultivating general aviation in the area. But check out the scenery at least. I mean, we can fly it in the simulator for as long as computers exist. So at least there's that. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. We're trying to do as much content as we can. We'll be getting some real-world flying and real-world content as soon as I can. Working on the PPL and want to get a little bit further along before I start filming some of that. But check out all the links in the description. Subscribe, like, thumbs up, all that typical crap. And we'll look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Thank you so much, and peace out.